Do a countdown.
My goodness. There'd be a better way to do that.
I know. It's a bit, yeah. It's not great, is it? But you know,
No.
I guess it'll have to do. And it's better than nothing, as they say.
Oh, we're just
Well, we
talking
haven't
ourselves until somebody comes in.
We've got nobody in at the moment. So you boys have had a good week, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Eric, I hope you've been buffing up all your information.
I've been eating like a pig. Oh my
Have you?
God. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is that since the surgery?
Yep, ever since the surgery. There's the
Wow.
Whoop, there's her haunted doll.
She got the doll there.
Am I supposed to put her on?
Yeah, she let her in. Hello, Viv. You look a bit different. You need to get in the sun, love.
Oh, now there's 4 people. Leave a comment, please do. So we know who's in.
So yes, as Eric says, leave a comment, please, so we know who's
And
there.
John.
Oh, John's in the background.
John's in the background. John's haunted. I think. No, John Haunt.
No, that's possessed. Not haunted.
Yeah. I'm not being funny, but that doll looks a bit of a salt.
Bit of a salt.
Quite fancy that. Hi, Irene. I hope you're doing well. I saw your post yesterday, mate. I'm sorry that you're going through such crap, but you know there are knobheads out there in our field. You know that, Irene. But just chin up, my dear, and you get through it. Hi, Rita.
Dan, Doll, and Viv.
There you go.
Doesn't care about me.
Or me.
Oh no! Well, you're married already. They don't care. Good old Irene. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
This evening is a bit of a giveaway, isn't it? Really. I mean, A, it's written up in the top of the thing there, and B,
listen to
Viv's got the doll there. Hiya, Tim. Hope you're doing well, bud. So, spooky dolls. We're talking about these are haunted dolls this week. There's plenty of spooky dolls, haunted dolls. I've got my opinions on them. They probably do differ from most people, a lot of people in this field. But you know, I keep an open mind. I don't really know, just my opinions. And my opinions is I don't really necessarily believe that you do have haunted dolls. I think things can hold energies of people and memories. Yeah. I don't know if it's an active or intelligent thing. William. Hello, William. I hope you're doing well, my friend. You and your good lady wife. There you go. I love haunted dolls. There you go. Dane did that doll move. Yeah,
we moved it.
You're on the same page as me, young Bright. The same page as me. Hiya, Nettie. I hope you're doing well, love. Hope you're doing good.
Do you want to know about this doll?
You know what, Nettie? They're my favourite thing. Sorry?
You can talk about the doll. Just listen.
Well, you want to know about the doll?
Yes.
I know that doll.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not getting an edgeways.
This doll came from a charity shop that was donated and it was in somebody's collection for a long, long time. And it was the time when the craze with all the haunted dolls. Now, she didn't look like that. She had very curly hair. She had a very frilly Victorian type of dress on and boots. And as you can see, she's had a makeover to the team. She's got a hoodie on. She's got jeans on. She's got boots on. She's got a hat on, like a beanie hat. She's had a complete makeover. One of the team members took her and gave her a makeover. Not for 1 minute do we think she is haunted. Wow. Not for 1 minute does she even hold any energy. Seriously.
I'll tell you what she might be, though, Viv. She might be non-binary because she's wearing clothes that are generic, isn't she?
Most ghost hunters wear.
Tomboyish, isn't she? That's what she is, tomboyish.
Yeah, so those haunted dollies that you get from these charity shops that have got all these dresses and look really freaky. it's just what they look like. It doesn't mean that they even hold any energy.
Nice one, William.
Oh,
But yeah. So, is she haunted? No, I don't think she is. Because I well, you know, Dan, I live in a house.
Sorry.
I live in a house that's a bit weird anyway.
Haunted,
Yes, you do. Yes.
So, do I think she's haunted? She's been out on investigations, lots of them, and we've left her alone, left cameras on her. She's not moved. There have been a couple of times the EMF readings would flicker. But does that mean that she caused that? No, she didn't, because I believe in natural travelling EMFs and when taxis go past, that sort of thing.
yeah.
In fact, I would even go as far as to say she's probably one of the best investigators I've been out with, because she's quiet and doesn't move around and make noise.
No, exactly.
Perfect. Perfect.
She probably moves as much as you, Dan.
No, I'm less than her.
Do you know what? You know, we laughed and joked about Willie.
Yeah, Willie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Willie has moved more than this doll. And Willie was moved by a little boy's hands, but the doll, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
He did get some strange results come through the doll.
Can I come on the camera now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think you were on it. Off it, rather.
No.
Yeah,
Is that? Oh, that's the one. Is that the one in the Midlands? Is that the one in the Midlands?
could be.
Yeah, that's the one we've been to, Dan.
Yeah.
Because I've been looking at a whole bunch of places, and there's even one.
Yeah, I don't give credit to it, to be honest with you. I don't think there's anything. I think, as I say, I think they can hold memories and they can hold energies in the sense of, like, you know, you can.
Do you believe in the mass hysteria effect, though, Dan? So when you have all these items, even curiosities, that the investigators themselves create this energy between themselves, this mass hysteria, or they project whatever it is that they want to move, see, whatever.
Yeah, I do. I was doing you know full well, it was the first Paracon years and years and years ago. And I remember Jason was on stage and he had a doll there that he swore that was haunted, and he put it on stage. And I was sitting I think it was sitting with Dawn actually at the time. And we were looking, and this doll did not move. It did not do anything. But the people that were behind me said, "Oh, we can see its face moving. Oh, I'm sure it moved then." Because they're in their heads, they're building it up to be something it isn't. You know, they're giving it a credence that it shouldn't really have. I don't know. I don't really.
This doll is actually, and this is how she came from the charity shop, which I'll show you. She's sitting on a, right, I don't know if you can see this here. She's got a stand, right?
Yeah.
The stand, I don't know if you can see that.
They go around her tummy. Yeah.
It goes around her tummy and it holds her in an upright position. So a lot of the dolls that you see don't have these stands and are bent or shaped to sit, and of course they're going to move.
Yeah. I wouldn't have any I would not be worried. And if somebody said this is a doll, it's haunted, you take it indoors, I'd have no problem with bringing it indoors at all, because I don't think it's that. On the other hand, could hold memories.
This Dan and I picked up on Saturday off a grave, and it's a clay pipe. It's It's late Victorian.
Cool.
I think the rabbits had dug it up, didn't we?
Yeah, that might hold some form of energy. And even that piece of metal that I still have, Dan, that you need to take home, which came from
the aircraft,
the plane crash, that might hold something. But this, definitely not.
But you're talking about an awful lot of trauma, aren't you? Going through that airplane. You're talking about an awful lot of trauma. I mean, I don't profess to know how these things work, and I'm saying, you know, I don't believe in it, or I don't give it credit. That's not to say they aren't. I just don't think they are. You know, other people have got a different opinion to me, but that's, you know, it's the way it should be, isn't it? Because otherwise we don't come to a conclusion on anything. But the trouble is, most people you speak to, they believe in it before they've even got to a place, or before they've even investigated or inspected the article or item.
So, Eric, what do you think about Annabelle the doll?
I think Annabelle might have something attached to it, but I don't think that Robert the doll does at all.
What about you, Dan?
No, I think that.
The only one
I
I'm
think
gonna
a lot
do-
of these haunted items people collect and people put sort around to give themselves some form of air of mystery and to give themselves, oh wow, he collects haunted dolls. Look at him, he's got a collection of haunted articles now. Because it's their ego, isn't it? They're massaging and exercising their ego.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think, I think there are things that, as I say, there's memories attached to things, which is why people can. What's that called, Viv? Where you hand somebody psychometry, which is why I do believe that works. I've actually seen that work, which was quite extraordinary. I might be wrong though. I might have been, I could have been conned. I don't know, but I want to be the person putting spirits and dolls in my chest.
Okay, so I want to talk about Annabelle the doll just quickly. And there was always an air of mystery for me around that particular doll. Now, the movies show you a plastic doll. Annabelle the doll was a Raggedy Ann doll, which everyone now knows about. And according to this doll, it did some quite nasty things, including killing a priest when he came to the house to exorcise the house and the doll. And when he got on, he couldn't, because he came over quite ill, right? And scared. He got on his push bike. I think the films portray a push bike, but it was actually a car. And he tried to drive away and was involved with a very, very bad traffic accident, and he died. It is too easy to pin that on this doll. Okay, it's just bad luck. And I thought, what if that could happen? What if that could happen? And then years later, I saw Zach Bagans with this doll, and he was told, and this is some years after the Warrens have died and the museum's been passed on, and Tony Sepra is looking after the music. So anyway, it was taken to Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum, and he was told that they'll take it out of the case, but under no circumstance must you touch this doll. Yeah. Ooh, Hollywood at its best. Zach being Zach touches the doll. Right. Now, according to this superstition, anyone that touches the doll is now going to die.
A load of bollocks.
Absolute load of shite.
How did they get it there?
Tony Sepra took it there in
but people must have handled it at some point.
No, it was in
through tongs or
it was in a case. He put that. You just see it in this metal case with a handle under lock and key, and Anyway, so I want to, and I thought it was brilliant. Zach Bagans may be a lot of things, but when he did that. He touched the doll. Oh yeah, you got all theatrics because of the Ghost Adventure show.
William, but not. Sorry, Viv. I did quickly, William, but I didn't get to read it. Sorry. Oh, the doll is solid chill. I was doing someone. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Zach Bagans, thank you very much, because you put to rest what I was looking for answers to my questions, and they were answered that night that you touched it. So yeah, he did me a very big favour in my research of these kind of things.
I think the thing that makes me laugh is when people say, "Oh, that's too close to a coincidence." But I'm sorry, that's what coincidences are. They are close calls. That's why they're called coincidences. You dick. Do you know what I mean? It's like I find, and I don't know about you, but I find that my patience is wearing very thin. Paranormal community.
Can I move Dolly now?
Yeah, moving now. Yeah.
Oh, I got
some of the bollocks they come out with.
Yeah.
This is a YouTube video, and it was put out there by Dan I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Winters.
Yeah, Winters. Yeah.
Bynes. And this is in your part of the country.
Always Lorna.
I don't know if you can see
I
that.
can't read that. I
Can you?
see this well, yeah.
Can you? Are you on your computer?
Yeah, but I don't know how to share.
Just.
Oh, here I
It'd be
can do
better
it.
to.
Hold
If
on,
you
I'll-
open it in a separate browser,
What
and then
doll
go
is
to-
it?
I'll try it. Hold on.
open it in a separate browser, go into where it says present at the bottom.
Share screen. Window. Share. Come on, share.
You've got to choose what you want it to
Okay.
share. So open the separate browser.
Hold on. I gotta figure out how to.
There's a lot of porn on your site there, isn't
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Yes, isn't it? No, you need a separate at the top. You know, at the top.
What? Huh?
No, come out of there. Stop sharing.
Okay.
So at the top where you've got a StreamYard Studio, next to that you've got a plus sign.
Yeah. It's not.
Click on that. Go on YouTube on that first. Find what you
Oh.
need to find.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Oh, is that how it works?
How do I? No.
Or why don't you just send a link to the show so everyone
Yeah.
else can watch
All
it?
right, I'll do that.
That might be easy.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
But
I think it
there's
wanted to
this,
show it.
what is he?
Find a YouTube channel. Oh yes. Oh, Mr.
Cack
Mr.
Bagans.
Incredible knows everything about ghost
What's the
hunting.
Cack Bagans?
Doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
What is it called? I'll find it.
It's called Fitz the Ventriloquist Doll.
What?
Oh, no, it's not.
Fitz, Fitz, the Ventriloquist Doll. It's a guy that owns a private collection in Lancashire, England.
Oh, guess who's got Fitz the ventriloquist doll?
Who?
Guess who's got him?
Zach.
No? Who?
Don't know. Do I know him?
Yeah, you do.
You haven't, have you?
No.
It's
He used to
not
have
Jay
it.
or Eric, is it?
No. It's what's his face from Seattle.
Oh, Ross.
Ross.
I don't know.
How's he got hold of that?
He's got it in his museum.
Oh, wow. What are you yelling about?
Would he let us lend it?
It's a horrible looking thing. It's not even nice.
It's not very nice to talk about Ross like that.
Well, yeah. But yeah, he's got that. It's in his museum, and he reckons it moves. Yeah, of course it don't move.
I don't know. The video is very convincing. I was watching Paranormal Caught on Camera when I saw it. So
William says, has he got the real one or a copy? I think he would have the real one, wouldn't he, Viv?
He'd have the real
He only
one.
has the real stuff in his. He only has genuine, bona fide articles in his shop or his museum. Jeff
Like
Dunham,
the
yeah.
other day, though,
I like.
Grizzly has a whole bunch of them in his studio.
That's because
There's little helpers.
That's because he's kinky and he likes playing with dolls.
Is it, or is it secretly that he's Father Christmas and there's little elves?
I don't know, but he buys them from the state sales only. So
It's Chris's Father Christmas.
mhm.
Father Christmas.
Do you think, though, seriously, that this haunted doll thing has only come up within the last 10 years?
Yeah.
In the wake of Chucky, the
Yeah,
bride
Chucky,
of
yeah.
Chucky.
Same as Dibbocks.
And
Same
it's
as all of those
all
things.
fads that start in the US of A.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this is the problem, isn't it? Because while they're concentrating on stuff like that, I'm not saying that, from my perspective, you're not concentrating on the reality or the true, source of where this energy coming from.
Well, I know the old-fashioned dolls used to have they used to use real human hair, stuff like that. So
Chucky doll's brilliant.
yeah,
Do
Freaking
you
love
know?
Chucky.
Do you know? I think the source of all of this comes from the voodoo doll.
yeah.
Because the voodoo doll or the Nakondi doll would have human hair, fingernails, saliva, all sorts of human stuff in that, and it's used for intention work.
Yeah.
Same as the old witchcraft puppets from medieval
Yeah.
England, wasn't it? Same principle.
So why would you?
Hi, Chantel. Hope you're doing well.
Hello, my lovely Chantel. Why would you, if you were going to haunt something, why would you want to jump into a doll? I'd be, as a spirit, floating around my house and slapping my husband every opportunity I could get, just because he doesn't believe in it. I just go and smack him in the mouth because I'm here.
You could jump from thing to thing. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
You can jump from person to person, though, Dan.
Or items to items and smash things, and then just throw things at people, and then leave that, and then go and throw sales at them.
I'd jump into a person. I wouldn't jump into an object, because that's what transmediumship is about. And these fake mediums that want to pretend that they're being taken over, well, fuck you. I'll give you the fright of your life. I really will jump into you, you know?
There's a few women I'd like to jump into.
Yeah. But see, it makes me wonder how people don't think about, well, if this doll really and truly is haunted, never mind about energies, if it's really truly, prove it.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe it.
No. It
Really,
makes me laugh. They'll put cameras on them 24 hours, 7 days a week, and nothing's moving.
No.
And yet you speak to them, they go, "Oh yeah, that was up." I mean, like a certain person, I had to put it in the second bedroom because they get up in the night and they cause such, they smash things up and they throw things back. Well, you know, the same person I know told me that.
Yeah, no, rubbish.
It was.
Well, again, you're going back to that belief that if you think of something constantly, you can manifest it. You know, is that what's actually happening, or is
I think it's more likely that than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like poltergeist activity. The one thing that shook me one day was when we were doing a property that was allegedly a poltergeist, and forget the whole thing about prepubescent children or children hitting puberty. Yeah, that may very well be an answer to it. It may very well be a reason. I'm sure that it is. But we worked out that this poltergeist activity was being generated because the husband and wife were having massive ding-dongs in the house. Yeah, it was only whilst they were having a massive ding-dong that the plates that were in a cupboard locked, jumped up, went smash. Plate on top was fine, the plate on the bottom was fine, but 10 plates in between were all smashed to pieces.
Wow.
So I think you can manifest that energy yourself. Well, moving the vibrations, isn't it?
You know, poltergeist activity, the poltergeist, scientists now in the last 15 years have proved that poltergeist activity is not what ghost hunters claim it to be. Yep. It's about the build-up of energy. It's got nothing to do with pubescent.
No. In actual fact, it's got the wrong name, isn't it? Because poltergeist is not a ghost. It's not really a ghost as such, is it? It's in the sense that it's a memory, but it's not really anything else. Hi, Noreen. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
How you doing? Well.
So so these dollies, right? So Robert the Doll. I don't know too much about Robert the Doll. Eric, do you want to talk about him?
I don't know that much about him.
He's just like a sailor doll, isn't he?
Yeah.
All I know is, like you said, that Zach tried to prove that if it was haunted or not, and he just proved that nothing had to do with anything with the doll.
I don't know much of his history. I know he's from the 40s, or so. He looks like he's from the 40s, the way he's dressed.
No, I'm sure
Hi, Charles.
What about the island of the dolls in wherever that is in South America somewhere?
Yeah.
I don't think the dolls themselves are haunted. I think just the island is.
I don't understand how people get creeped out by dolls. They don't creep me out. Same with clowns. I don't get creeped out by them either.
But see, the island of the dolls, just going back to that briefly.
Hi, you Kelly.
Right, so
welcome.
It was filmed and you saw dolls moving on their own. Okay, so that island, now let's look at this. Let's just sum this up properly and stop any mass hysteria. That those dolls are dangling in trees. They have all sorts of insects
William.
And spiders.
What's that?
What? What's he doing that?
I don't know. How do you do that?
I didn't.
Dan did that.
No, I didn't.
No. People have been doing that on balloons.
No, it wasn't me. Oh, yeah. Ian said Robert the doll was supposed to be possessed by the child it was made for. Yeah. Apparently, you had to ask his permission to take a picture of him.
Why?
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Mexico. It's in Mexico. Island of the
Yeah,
Doll.
yeah. But
All right,
yeah,
so you've got these you've got insects, you've got spiders, you've got massive flies, all these different
it's
things.
a big river runs through it as well. So you've got the wind off the river.
Yeah.
You've got the motion of the river, the vibration.
The fact that they're hanging there in all weathers, and some of them are old, they are going to deteriorate and look pretty creepy. But my kind of creepy is not Dan's creepy or Jay's creepy.
Yeah.
Or even Eric's creepy. They're just going to look old.
Yeah, they look. Yeah.
And it's all done for entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah, they've never, things like that, dolls and clowns have never really bothered me. I've not been fussed by them, can give them monkeys. But
Clown Hotel's another one.
Clown Hotel, that's one, yeah. He's not stupid, he's made a good living out of that. And I think was there a cemetery outside it or something close to it?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
A tiny one, yeah. So he's obviously got on the back of that, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Hi, Daryl. Very good, thank you. I hope you're the same, buddy. Now, if you had a possessed blow-up doll, now you
in Japan they have a sex doll that moves by itself. So
why isn't there blow-up dolls? Why isn't there possessed blow-up dolls? Because I imagine the energy that they produce when they're.
Mind you, would you want to tell us I was giving this doll one and all of a sudden its head moved, or it made this horrible noise? It's got a puncture, you think? Yeah,
but seriously, why aren't we hearing about possessed blow-up dolls?
I have no idea. No, you never heard of a possessed vibrator or anything like that either, do you? Nothing that's a little bit, you know what I mean?
Everything else.
Exactly.
Dan in his travelling museum of paranormal haunted sex objects.
Yeah, there you go.
Roll up, see the possessed fanny just inside the fanny.
Dan,
but it's a good point though, Dan. Why isn't there possessed fanny?
You don't, do you? Anything a bit risky, you don't see it, do you? It's got to be something that's associated with maybe looking creepy or upsetting people, or just because.
No, but it does.
I piss, wouldn't you love to do that? Get a museum and get a blow-up doll and stick it in a cabinet with salt around it.
Shall we do it, Dan?
Big pair of foot knees and stilettos and stuff and stockings and all that on it.
Should we get one, dress it up, and donate it to Hinkley?
Let's say, look.
So, Mr. Packer, here's a possessed doll. Put it up in your museum. Yeah. You watch
that's
all
a load of bollocks. Yeah, well, it'll go fitting well to everything else you got here, won't it?
1,000 farting noises. Oh, what was that?
My granddaughter had an experience with a doll speaking to her. It was a new doll. Prior to that happening, things have been. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You're talking about an energy that's in the house that is maybe manipulating the doll or whatever, like anything. No, not today. No longer. I need to do that.
Was your granddaughter hearing the voice, but the only way she could make sense of it is say that the doll was talking?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with that because I used to talk to my train. So was my train possessed or was it somebody I was just talking to?
I don't know. Can you talk back?
Yeah.
There you go then.
Yeah, talk back.
That's the thing kids have got. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, I'm sure that if you're young and you're open, I do believe that you can be open to talk about spirits because of the innocence and stuff.
Charles, I'll go one better than that. It wasn't him. It was the Warrens.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Go back further. Yeah. It wasn't him. He's not clever enough for that. It was the Warrens.
Yeah, they started the whole Annabelle thing. I watched every single movie as a doctor, documentary to it.
I think that's what it is, Lee, and I think it's just memories and stuff that are attached to it. It's
I agree with
energy
that.
And stuff. I don't think it's an actual living, bona fide, intelligent source.
If you think about it, you're putting your energy into whatever you're holding on to constantly. Loving it, caring for it, whether it's a dog, a doll, it absorbs the energy that you give it.
Okay, question then in that case.
Yeah, I've got a question.
If you had something, I got Willie, which I'm doing with Willie over the years. So Willie's coming to me. He's not possessed. He's made of clay, painted to look like a stick thing. It's a pagan thing, whatever. So Willie's coming with me to every location. I put him in a place. I don't tell anyone where I leave him. Wow. He stays there all night. And then at the end of the investigation, I bring Willie home. And I'm doing this with him for years. So he's coming to some really fantastic places. Would Willie then go from being nothing to an item that holds energy, serious energy, being in these because he's a haunted Willie now, an investigator Willie.
Well, yeah, I think they're what you call it. I think they're trigger objects. I think that's what they are. So spirits can move them whilst they're in situ. But sorry, Eric,
are you attached to Willie?
No.
Okay, well that's why.
No, I'm not attached to Willie.
But then another thing, I was attached to many of my friends that I loved over the years, and I still love them. I've not seen them or heard them. So why? Yeah. Why would they not? I'm not saying I believe in the paranormal completely. I believe in ghosts completely. I've experienced it. I've seen it. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't. I'm 100% behind the, spirits and everything else and life after death. But why do these people that you invest all your love in, why do you not see them after death? Why are they not hanging around?
Well, maybe you're not ready to see them yet.
But then why are all these haunted attachments stuck onto dolls and things, inanimate objects? Why would that child not want to go to the other side and be with his grandparents? Why is that child? We're told that a child gets collected when they die because they're innocents. Everybody apparently is collected and they die. For a child, they're collected. Why that child? How can you a child break loose and then end up inhabiting a doll?
No, William's saying no, Vivian. He wouldn't pick up the energy, but I'm thinking of building it up over a period of time. So I take Willie. He doesn't get cleansed. He doesn't get cleaned. He just gets put straight back. And over a period of time, would he get any energies attached to him? Whether it be one.
You've got to remember, we don't really know what we're dealing with, do we? So we could be dealing with energies that would tell you that they're one thing or another, tell you there's something, but might not necessarily be what they're portraying to be.
Where is Willie? There he is. I'll show you, Willie. He's here.
They're there. You know, people don't just die. It just doesn't happen. I mean, physically they do, but they go on. Absolutely. No qualms about that at all. No question about that at all. Fully, 100% believe that completely. But it just makes you wonder why they're...
Oh, Willie?
Willie, or won't he?
That's Willie. That's Willie. He's flat there. So that's Willie. And here's a decoration, and he just comes out on investigations. So will that then become haunted because I take him out as much as I can and just leave him in the dingiest, darkest of places?
Get your Willie out all the time, that's what they say.
Yeah, just get your Willie out.
Yeah.
I don't think there's investigation with enough constant energy from the source.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
But does it have to be the same source?
No, it doesn't.
But it has to be constant.
To be honest, though, we don't know what that source is, do we? We're assuming.
We don't. That's the whole idea. You don't know any. We don't know. Anything.
We're assuming. I mean, the thing is, you got to remember, there's nothing, as I say, there's nothing as spectacular, wonderful, and amazing, and I suppose awe-inspiring as the fact that we're all sitting here talking to each other on a computer. That we're all alive. We're all existing in this present time. So that's what we do know about the miracles of life and existence and the fabric of the universe. What don't we know about it?
No, exactly.
You know?
You don't know what you don't know.
No, exactly. You don't.
Haunted dolls. Okay, so let's talk about go back to these haunted dolls for a sec. So you can pick up a doll from a charity shop and give it to your child because you can't afford to buy whatever. You see a half-decent doll, so you'll buy it. Are parents doing the wrong things then by doing that because of the very essence? Because you think about children, they are innocent.
Mm-hmm.
They're more susceptible to feel, see and hear stuff. Mm-hmm. Are parents doing the wrong thing then by doing that and putting children that could be potentially in harm's way by giving them one of these dolls?
Yeah, I believe they come to you in your sleep anyway. A lot of the time, to be honest, Noreen.
But
It's easy to contact you because you're in that frame of mind, same state, more or less.
Yeah.
Relaxed.
So what do you think about that? About the doll thing, then?
I think it's a load of bollocks.
Yeah. And I think that, like, if it's something that is interacting with a child is not right. You know what I mean? They shouldn't be using that way to interact with them.
But it wasn't like when you hear about these dolls, like the ones in Hinckley, for example.
Mm-hmm.
They might not have been haunted before they arrived at Hinckley, but apparently they're haunted now.
Do you know what? Imagine having a doll, right, and having a child. Now, this is what pisses me off as well, right? The community as well, right? Like, you know, imagine having a doll. Nothing as upsetting or as I guess sad as a child stuck in an inanimate object, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if these people, the same people that say that they can, you know, we can pass these over to the light, why are they not doing it with the dolls then? If that's got an energy of a child in it, why are they not doing that?
Yeah.
Good question. Because they can't pass them over to the light. They can't do it. You can't pass anything over to the light. Who are we as people, or even as our own spiritual beings? Who are we to pass something that might be a greater energy than us? Who are we to be able to do that? We're nothing.
I had an exorcist say to me one day, you can't just do it like that.
No.
And as he said, the second thing, you don't know what the fuck you're passing over or you're trying to pass over. Why are you messing with it?
Yeah.
Don't. Right? And he's right. He's absolutely right. If you don't know what you're doing, don't go near it. Don't touch it. Yeah. There are people that know what they're doing. Don't touch it, right? And I've been doing this for many, many years now, and I won't fuck about with that stuff because I'm not qualified because I don't know.
Do you know why I wouldn't fuck about with it, Dan? It's not because you can't pass them. I wouldn't mess with somebody's psychology.
No.
You do more damage to the living. Never mind about the dead or the demon or whatever. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know what's going on in there.
No, you're right. And the thing is as well about the child that's inhabiting the doll, right? What does that say about you as a person if you know that you've got the ability to pass spirits over, but you don't, or you think you have, but you don't even attempt on that doll because you know that doll's haunted and you want to keep it that way, even if there's a 5-year-old kid in it. Speaks volumes, doesn't it? Speaks volumes.
I think everything has to do with intention. I really do. I think everything has to do with intention on it. Same way you would use a doll, Ouija board, anything, you know, to investigate or whatever. It's your intention with it.
Yeah,
can I just say,
a Ouija board hasn't got energy though, is it? Until you put energy,
you invest it. Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? I want to say that none of these items, whether it's a Ouija board, box,
exactly, William,
doll, mirror, you name it, it could be a cup, it could be my willy, right? None of these items hold nothing. Absolutely zilch. It's these religious,
exactly, Nicola,
going into religion and going back hundreds of years. Okay, it are these shamans, these elders, these people that wanted to control the masses. They wanted to control the masses. So this was potentially made to put the fear of God into people. You then start believing in that. You then start praying in that. You start believing in this devil or that demon, or you're going to be in purgatory for the rest of your life. Whatever. It's all a form of mass control. And this is what's come and seeped into the paranormal community.
Yeah, it has.
Big time.
So much so that they confuse themselves that they'll say one thing and then 10 seconds later they'll be lying what they've said. They'll say something that's in direct contradiction to it. And you think, well, you're not concentrating on what you're saying, because, you know, it's like I've always said to people, so you're a skeptic, so you don't believe in the paranormal. I said, no. I believe in the paranormal. I don't believe in people's interpretations of it.
Yes.
That's the only thing, the only difference.
And it doesn't mean to say that I'm right, you're right, or, you know, we could all be wrong. But what I'm saying is, and I've seen religions do it. I've seen paranormal enthusiasts do it. I've seen people on the television do it. It's all a way of, look at me, I know better than you. Do you know what I mean? And it's rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Yeah.
You know,
You know
and
what? Oh, I've got Haunted Doll here. That'll get me all that. That'll get me so many views on YouTube or whatever it is.
That'll
I've
get
got
me
this
on
here,
the
that'll
telly.
get me more. Yeah, that'll get me on the TV. I'll plant this around a bit. You know, Viv, we spoke to somebody who owns a museum who told you, and I was sitting next to you, told you to your face, he thinks it's all bollocks.
Yes.
His words. I think
Yes.
it's all bollocks.
None of this stuff is haunted.
None of this stuff's haunted. And yet, big swathes of the community are up his arse.
Yeah.
And they haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to you when he said it.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Eric, it is you.
No, I mean, I actually know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. And he said, if it helps keep the doors open and pays for a few bills, I'm quite happy to go along with it. That's what he said to us.
That's absolutely it.
And that museum is built on a lie.
Well, yeah. But you go to the other one you got the one in Nottingham, which I think is a fabulous. Whether you're leaving haunted items or not, there's so many artifacts in there, and the building itself is so old that it's an amazing property to investigate, isn't it?
And we know where he sources some of his artifacts from, because we've actually gone and investigated the warehouse.
We have, and also the one in Nottingham, the guy there, we
Same museum, same
experience.
Wow, different museums.
Oh, what with the one in Nottingham Paranormal? Is it Nottingham Paranormal Museum or something, Viv?
I can't remember.
I can't.
Yeah,
I'll let you know,
like that,
I'll send you a message.
I can't remember. Well,
It's
we'll find
like
out.
that.
It's a good one. You went? Did you go, Joe? You did you?
No, I
No.
was working.
How did you not go to that one? I'm sorry.
No, I was working that weekend.
Europeans and Paranormal.
Yeah,
exactly. And
Spot
that's
on.
what I say. I'm not saying that somebody's wrong. I'm just saying that I've got a different opinion. They might be right. I might be wrong.
No.
Not anymore. No.
No, we're talking about in England.
Poor bloke. He comes in for so much criticism, doesn't he?
He does.
And yet, he's still one of the most popular TV shows out there, and people still watch him.
He's laughing at us, really, isn't he?
I refuse to even for entertainment.
He's laughing at us.
Well, yeah, he's a good businessman, isn't he?
He is he's a bloody good businessman. Can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't give it any credence, really.
We don't have any real famous haunted dollies over here in the UK, have we?
No.
There isn't.
No, we haven't. No, not that I know of.
Back
Honestly.
in America, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's all an American thing.
yeah, it is.
American.
I wonder what the next thing will be.
Haunted
Haunted
drones.
car.
Yeah, it'll be something. Yeah.
Haunted drones. There'll be a drone that's
yeah.
haunted that takes off by itself and films some strange stuff.
It's gonna be something that somebody has no idea about, isn't it?
A haunted drone. Oh, I can't control this drone. Look what it's showing me.
Where's
I got
that
a
one,
haunted-
Tim? The Haunted Museum and Spirit Shop. Is that the one?
No, that weird shop. It's a different one.
You're not on about Spiritus, are you?
Haunted robots.
They're not going on those anymore, are they? They were good, they were. Haunted Road, yeah. In actual fact, if energies could haunt anything.
Yep. Stoke on Trent.
Kelly likes my haunted Willie. He's not a dick.
I know,
He's
right?
a Willie. Do you want to explain what he is? It's part of the Green Man.
Yeah, the green man.
Yeah.
In the
He's
wood
a
rose.
branch, isn't he, or
He's a
something?
branch. He's a branch. He's supposed to be a twig, but I call him a Willie. It's like the man, the man in the tree. It's
That's
a
not
twig.
what we heard about him, William.
I heard that he was very nice to somebody that we know that's moved over to Las Vegas, and he was nothing but courteous to him. Yeah. And yet we've spoken to somebody that says like complete opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also very well known in the field.
Yeah. It depends on what Zach you get on that day, I suppose.
Yeah.
Is he really? Is the original one there, you, Ian? Where's that kept then? What, the screen used one? God, that film was great.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm going to show you how it's going to be. Bop, 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 bop.
Do you know what car I would, if I was going to look at a haunted car, the one that I would want to see the most is Ed Gein's car.
Yep.
I'd like to see the one that Bonnie and Clyde were killed in.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing to see that.
I talked to the guy that actually has that car. I don't remember what his name was or where he lives, but I talked to him one day because I wasn't really interested in it at the time.
Yeah. That would be amazing to see that because they both died in it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which was because they turned up and the FBI were waiting in the bushes, weren't they? And just with Tommy guns. No, that'd be good.
It has all the bullet holes and everything in it.
Oh yeah.
Stephen King giving him the keys. Wow.
Who's it? Jane Mansfield car. I would love to see that.
Would you?
The guy who lives in, or the guy who used to have, he had what was it? LA Haunted Museum or something. He had a guy, I can't remember. Dearly Departed Tours he used to do. He's got it.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. Love to see it. But he's moved out of LA because he said it was turning into a shithole and it was costing too much money. So him and his partner moved out, and he's got it. He's got it all kept somewhere. But he's shown it a couple of times.
William says the person you might be feeling completion or all sorts of things is the person I'm thinking of. I'm not sure I'd give credit to that. No, this guy that really did.
Yeah, no, he's not in competition.
No, he doesn't need to. What he told us off camera, we can't repeat, for the public.
Yeah, no.
But what he did say about Zach was incredible. It really was incredible. And it made you feel, ooh, But he did do a YouTube video explaining what really went off in his house. So
he will tell you.
Oh, I know.
He will tell you.
Yeah.
If you said to him online, I'll tell him. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I also talked to an ex-friend of Zach's on a chat, and he said that, before he became famous and all about this whole thing, he was a really nice guy. So,
yeah.
James Dean car. That went missing, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's a weird one, that is. It was on a spot on a train because they were using it, weren't they? Just after his death, they were using it as a way of like a safety thing, taking it around to different states and towns with James, they putting it on a plinth and saying, this is how you're going to end up with your speed. It's for youngsters. And I know that there were they put it in the storage, there's 4 or 5 parts taken off of it. Subsequently, the cars that those parts went on crashed and died. But if you think about it, that is unusual. But then by the same token, that was a sports racing car. That was a Porsche racing car. So those parts would have gone on other racing cars. So there's a higher percentage of people going to get killed anyway, isn't there? Another one. And also,
who's doing it?
I don't know who's doing it.
I think it's Jay. Jay's doing it.
I ain't got clue.
And also, they put it on a train, didn't they? Flatbed train from one town to another. And when it got to the other town, it was gone. But the site, it fell off the bloody one of the things and killed it, I think.
Take care,
Sarah.
Take
it easy, Sarah. Take it easy.
Hopefully you'll get something in the post this week.
It's
on his way.
Did that 3 weeks ago.
When you give stars, sometimes it does
she
that.
finds out she's got to pay for it.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't have to pay.
Poor
for
old Sarah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. You're welcome, Sarah.
Take it easy, Sarah.
Right. Yeah, take care. Speak to you soon.
Night, Sarah.
Night, Sarah.
Poor Sarah.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah. So, what about haunted Spider-Man dollies that spin webs?
Yeah.
If anyone has one, can you send it in to Jamie? Because he would definitely like one. Ooh,
Haunted Harry Monk. Kelly's waiting for a shirt. Haunted Harry Monk.
Harry Monk.
Yeah.
He's
Just
being
think about
rude.
it.
He's being rude.
Just think about it.
London rhyming slang.
Monk.
Stop it. Stop it, you two. Oh dear. So yeah, no, we don't really have haunted dolls in England, really. It's not an English fad.
Just a lot of fucking morons running around with something they bought out of a charity shop for £1. It must be haunted. It's a clown.
There you go.
That'll be good, William. I'll be all for that.
That's those AI robots, isn't it?
I can't wait for it. Hey!
Where have you been?
I have been running around like a blue ass fly.
Anyway, everybody, it's good night from us.
Yeah, good night.
I had to pick up a birthday present for my youngest grandson, and the woman who was supposed to be in there, she wasn't there, and she kept being 5 minutes late and 5 minutes late and 5 minutes late. So done it in the end. Sorry, mate.
No, Jay loves it.
Stop it.
Yeah,
I got my Thomas the Tank Engine set.
No, that's for you, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Thomas the Tank Engine.
No. I'll have a good Thomas the Tank.
So what's going on? What's on? What's occurring? What's going on? And as I say, sorry, mate.
It's all right. We've
Haunted dolls, Mark.
Right, okay. Go.
He thinks the same as us.
You got 10 minutes, you got 9 minutes to crack on what you think.
You go on, crack on.
No. Okay. Bollocks!
Yeah.
There you go.
Seriously,
We're all in agreement.
I have seen some of these haunted dolls, and I question the sanity of the people involved, or the people involved. I suppose. I mean, we all know, like those that do all sides of the paranormal. We know that energies can attach themselves to items, and energies can be moved from place to place to place with these items. I get that, but haunted dolls with the blinking and the no.
And the ones that talk to you on the spirit boxes.
Yeah. If it's there and it's got a gob and the gob moves, why is it not talking to you there? Why's it got to do with spirit?
Exactly. It's bollocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolute and utter bollocks.
Yeah, I unfortunately in the paranormal world, there's a lot of things. Oh, how can I put it politely without offending anybody?
Just
There's a lot of people with mental health issues who do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Say, oh, this has happened and that's happened and this, and you look at them and you're like, what? And you know, I get regularly sent things for the show, and I look at them and I'm just like, are you what? No.
Do you know what? I look at, and I'm not going to mention the podcast. I look at some of these other podcasts and I think, really? Are you serious?
I could say one. Paranormal, most disrespectful people I've ever met.
I'm not going to mention any names, but I just think, really? Are you serious?
That really hard then.
You know, again, I had like another hour conversation with somebody about orbs, because you can see the spider web and you can see the spider.
Yeah.
So I'm like, really? Just give it
I told you about the video I was sent, didn't I? I was sent a video by somebody who wanted it on the show, and it was a corridor that went down and like that, and it was a security camera. And as the person, you could see a person walking down the corridor, and as they walked down, their wake was catching dust. You know, so, and you could see it was just dust as they were going along, you know, and they went round the corner, and of course the wake, and they disappeared, the dust settled, and then they came back again, and it did the same thing. And I said to, and I'm always put, it's the Bob, isn't that? And Ghost is right beside him. But yeah, I'm always nice and polite to anybody that sends me these things, and I was like, I'm ever so sorry, but it's dust. You can see it's caught in their wake, their wash as they're going. You can see it swirling up like that. You know, and it's just dust. Oh my God, these people kick off and swear and rant and rave, and you don't know this and you don't know that.
Yeah.
Well, and then I went into my own rant about it, because I'm like, do the debunking first and then come back to me and say it's an orb, you know?
Yeah.
Possessed fire extinguishers.
I know, right?
Weren't they twins? Weren't they twins? Don't get it right. They were twins.
But I think the thing that amazes me is like, and you think, I can't believe this. You go on an investigation And I always put my hands up. You know, it's very, very few and far between something will happen that I will go, well, I haven't got an answer to that. Really haven't. That, you know, that could be one thing or the other. But it's amazing, and it's blown me away, and it was worth the trip alone. But when you do an investigation, you know, I've said it to you, Viv, when we go back to the room, we've done the investigation, we've walked around, we haven't got anything, and walk back to the room, and I say to Viv or whoever's with me, I'll guarantee you, whoever you ask, they've had 10 experiences.
Yeah.
And you go and you go, and you think, oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And everything they tell you, you think, well, that can be debunked. That's bollocks. That's bollocks. That can be debunked. You're fucking lying to yourself there. I did one years ago, and it was a pub. It was a pub that was, the pub itself was 700 years old. And so, there was a place downstairs where there were dining tables, and there was a group of people sitting around this dining table, and they were doing a Ouija board. And then upstairs, the investigators walking around, and there was a girl there taking photos, and she's run up to us and gone, look at this. Look at all these orbs. Look at these orbs. So I said, they're not orbs, they're dust. No, they're orbs. I said, come with me. Come with me. So we walked over to the table. I said, there's investigators upstairs, aren't there? She went, yeah. I went, if you look at these beams, I said, these are really old ship's beams. There's nothing between them and the investigators. So when they're walking across, dust is coming down, and what you're taking is a reflection of the dust off of that light outside, and it's making it look like they're orbs, and it's not. Wouldn't have it.
They don't, do they?
No.
I had, you know, I don't know if you saw our show last night that we did. We were talking about
you're right, William.
Tartaria.
Yeah.
Right. There was a place called Tartary where the Tartars come from, who were akin to the Cossacks. Yeah, that's a real place. But Tartaria, with the Victorian era gentlemen that have technology that we don't even possess now, that's hidden, and all new buildings and cities are built on top of it. Complete load of bollocks. It first appeared in a book in the 1980s. And I put this on somebody's thing, and I wasn't rude or anything. I said, no, it's not real. Tartary was real, but Tartary wasn't. This was in the book. It was a story. And I had people on there effing and jeffing, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
I don't know this, and I don't know that. And I'm like, I did let rip. I said, you rude little shits. I said, have a look.
I know for a fact they were real, because they were very well known as cheeky people. They were called, they're quite a lot of Tartarian sauce.
They're a bit fishy, aren't they?
Can I just say on the orb thing, right? I do not believe in orbs, bottom line. But I witnessed something that I cannot explain with Norman Fahey in Castle Rising, and it wasn't a small little pinprick of light. This thing was about the size of a football, and it was glowing and it was red, and we followed it.
It was damn fun.
It was.
No, what they done is they put up a sandbox, and I saw that sandbox, and all the sand was raked and it was all level, and we followed this thing. We just got it in sight and we followed it, and it went to the sandbox and disappeared in the sandbox, and then there was no more. And when we looked in that sandbox, there was a clear outline of a circle.
Wow.
To this day, I can't fathom, I can't explain it, and no one would have got to that sandbox.
No.
I cannot understand what I saw, the size of it for one. Nobody thought to take any pictures at the time. It was just where it was happening. It was like we had to go and follow and see what, you know. It was of a size that I've never seen before. We saw it we saw it with our own eyes, and this is something that wasn't looked at through a camera lens or taking pictures with that. This was something that a few of us witnessed all at the same time. Now, the sandbox experiment I have never seen before or since. I don't even think to use it myself, because I don't see how I could use it or how I could implement it. But there was something that Norman did, and there are no explanations for it.
It's different using equipment like that when you know you're going to be there for a long term.
Yeah.
But you just don't. You can't, if you got a few hours, you just can't fucking.
No, you got to literally own the place in order to do that kind of.
Yeah.
Be there full time.
Yeah, you would.
I've seen a lot of orbs on various things, and like dust, insects, or 9 out of 10 times lens flares. But there was one time I was investigating it was a dance studio that's built over an old witch's ducking pond, and we did take photos of 2 black orbs, which I've never seen before.
Yeah,
And these things,
That's just
They-
dust, Mark.
what these things in every single room we went, there was these two black things. Shut your face! And they followed us from room to room to room. And when we went downstairs into the downstairs loo, I put an EMF
Mark,
pump down. Shush.
You got to be right. You got to be proper now. They were orbs of colour.
I put this EMF pump down, and on the camcorder, you could see these things come round and circle the EMF pump, and they went down towards the EMF pump and then disappeared. And
Yeah.
again, I don't believe in orbs, but that was something I couldn't really explain.
Yeah. I've seen black ones like that before. When he was doing one in,
Orbs of colour, Eric.
I didn't say black. But I've seen orbs of that color.
Was that when you were doing metalsmithing a horseshoe, miss and hit your nuts?
Yeah.
That's a whole different kind of orbs. Those are orbs of red. No, but I've seen the black ones like that. So,
But it is interesting because some people swear by them. I mean, if that's what they want to believe in, then fair enough. But you are kidding yourself when there are
I
other
saw one in
things.
a pub. I saw one in a pub, and it was fucking daylight. And we were just getting ready to set up. We got there early. The pub was closed. The guard told us about the trajectory of this spirit. Followed, went up to the door, stopped, looked out, checked it. And this fucking thing, this orb, was emanating its own light source inside, like an energy. And you saw it followed the same trajectory. And I nudged the guy next to me, and we watched it. And it went to the door, looked at the lock, moved back down like it was looking out the window, I don't know, and then moved back round, then just disappeared when it got behind the bar. I don't know. I mean, those are... But then that was with the naked eye.
But then somebody's seen something with their eyes, spirit, whatever, and a person standing next to them has seen an orb. How do we explain that? That is this great orb debate could go on for years and years.
It could. When you see them with your eyes like that, I think there's something definitely.
But before somebody
unusual.
comes to me and says orbs, I say go and investigate them. Go and create orbs. Watch how they move. All the different things that an orb could be. Go and do all that first. Write up a paper. Then let's sit and talk about it.
Yeah. You could.
Like Bigfoot.
I still think haunted dolls are a load of wank.
I do.
Oh yeah, it's just like old bollocks, isn't it? It's like
But
old
Eric, now
bollocks.
we have Mark
T-shirts
here.
on it.
Mark, can you pick the subject out of Eric's jar of doom?
John.
That one there, the one that says, why does the flux capacitor look like a set of lady bits?
No, no.
Eric designed it, so he can
Haunted
tell it.
teddies. Here we go, fucking haunted
I don't know what that means. Birdman syndrome.
Birdman syndrome.
Yep.
What
Pick
the
another
hell is
one.
Birdman syndrome?
I don't know what that is.
Pick another one.
Birdman syndrome.
Bird. syndrome.
Third.
I've heard of little man syndrome.
Yeah, I was going to mention it.
Birdman
I thought, no, I
syndrome.
won't.
You want? Okay, you do it
Odium
again.
complex. Go.
1, 2, or 3.
3.
Only walking dolls.
Oh, jeez. God, didn't we do this already?
Go on.
The same thing that we've been talking about for the last half hour. Orbs.
Orb
But we've
debate.
done it already, though,
Orb
haven't we?
debate. No, we haven't.
We need a proper
Orb
orb
debate.
debate.
Okay, well,
Oh,
that's what we'll do
no.
next time.
Just like, do you know what? I'll finish it. We'll start it and finish it. Bollocks.
Well, go again.
All right.
Like haunted dolls. It's all bollocks.
Just pick one out.
Have you
Okay.
seen that the island of the dolls over in Mexico?
Yeah,
Yep.
we talked about
1,
it
2,
earlier.
or 3
When
again.
you weren't here.
I think the area might have something, but I don't think the dolls will.
Right, keep all 3 of them, but pick number 2.
Okay, number 2. The Gansfield art experiment versus the Esses method.
That's an interesting one. I like the Gansfield.
I like the Esses method. It's one of my favorite.
Estes method's good, yeah.
Okay. We'll do that one.
All right.
We'll do that one next week. I'm gonna blame Mark for it.
You picked it.
I'm still gonna blame you anyway.
Oh, dear, yes. Like I say, sorry I'm late. Next time I come back on, I will be on time.
And you're
Well, don't worry, you can't help it, mate. You've got things to do.
right. You're back in 2 weeks, aren't you?
Mhm.
2 weeks.
Lorna
time.
wants to know if we can talk about manifestation one evening.
Sure. I wrote that down.
We'll put that in the jar, Lorna.
Put that in the jar. Oh, let me put that. Walking haunted dolls. Really?
Yes, what William said.
Really?
Walking
Sorry,
Haunted
I've been
Dolls.
Ian,
Oh, I've
rather.
seen that too.
He's been watching that horror film called Asylum with the haunted doll.
Oh,
Well, the
God,
man
that's an
puts
old one, isn't it?
himself
That's
in
a
it,
70s
yeah.
one.
Yeah. Show me age. Show him. Parker, don't you start. Don't
I
forget,
said nothing.
you got to get in my car in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Next
yeah.
weekend.
It is
Okay.
next weekend, not this weekend, the weekend after.
I'll get Rimmer to beat him up.
I
Yeah.
might like it.
I'm saying nothing.
Thanks, Nicola. Lovely to have you on. Thanks, Tim. Great to see you. Get ready for Thursday, Tim. Young Timothy.
So tomorrow
Cheers,
night,
Nicola.
I'm going to announce who we have on tomorrow night on
Ooh.
our show.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, we have only managed to get Richard Freeman on the show. And Richard Freeman is a renowned, what is he? What would you call him, Dan?
He owns catalogues.
Not Freeman's. he's
We're talking
a
about haunted catalogues tomorrow night.
he's a
He's a
investigator.
cryptozoologist.
He's a cryptozoologist, but he's one that's active, that goes out. He's written a lot of papers. He's been on a
Excellent,
lot
Tim.
of TV programs. He's still actively out there investigating across the world. He's gearing up, ready to go to
Bye, Mary.
Sumatra, of all places.
I know, nice. It's
Oh,
all right for some, isn't it? It's all right for some.
if only we could sort of hide ourselves in his luggage and just go with him.
He did fucking big
Yeah.
bag wide me.
Extra weight. But no, he's an interesting fella. So we are going to be talking to him about some theories and ideas and things. So it'll be an interesting show. So yeah, that's who we've got tomorrow night. And Dan, you're doing
Yeah, Thursday. We're talking about the Cottingley series on Thursday. So that'll be interesting.
get your wings on.
Eric's looking confused. Eric, have you been studying something else?
No, but I
Probably.
can't keep understanding what you're saying. What the first name is?
Cottingley.
COTT.
Oh, cotton. Okay.
Not
And
cotton.
then on Friday, you have the Friday Night Freak Show.
Yep.
With 3 freaks. We don't know what they're doing on Friday night, but I'm sure
No,
that
it was
it will
good.
be
Like,
good.
I wasn't.
Excuse
first
me.
time
What
last
else
week,
do you have
it was good.
on in the week? On the Monday?
Hang on, I'm getting round. I'm getting round to Monday. Don't
Maybe
be
late.
impatient, you over there in the corner.
Sorry, I'm actually having a go at somebody on Facebook. That whole Tatarian thing. They just told. I've just been told I don't know what I'm talking about. This, that, and the other. Actually, I just did my research.
Why don't you chuck some orbs in there as well?
Thank you.
Yeah, chuck Forbes in. So we've just had a show on Saturday, so there is no metaphysical
Lorna.
insights, but there will be the following week. And then on Monday we have the Dark Mirror Radio Show. Da, da, da. And what are you talking about on Monday?
Well, we always talk about what's going on in the paranormal world for the week.
Apart
then
from
we'll go-
Tuesday.
Then
Sorry.
we'll go back and revisit like all the conspiracy theories and stuff like that, and obviously put our inimitable take on it, which is a bit like the Haunted Dolls, where we go, bollocks, and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
So that is the Dark Mirror Show,
Yeah.
Dark Mirror Radio Show.
Can I just add, I had a shock this morning.
Uh-oh.
So I turned the television on and they were talking about Putin, as they do. and the Indian Prime Minister had gone to visit Putin, and they just had a quick clip of the Indian Prime Minister with Putin, and I did a double take because it looked like my bloody dad standing next to him. I thought, wow, my dad looks like the Indian Prime Minister.
Lorna, yes.
You're a bloody bastard.
I know, fuck you, bloody, innit? But yeah, I was beside myself, and it threw me off for the whole of the day. Yeah.
We should do the times on something.
No, 7 o'clock on a Tuesday, and it's 8 o'clock every other evening, Lorna.
Or Mark's is on a different.
On the Things Network, I think he's got the timetable up, but I'll put the timetable up.
Yeah,
on,
but for us, it's 8 o'clock every day, every time we're on, apart from
this one.
Tuesday, isn't it?
I'm related to my dad, but not.
But you're related to your old man, yeah.
Yeah, but not to the Indian Prime Minister.
That helps, doesn't it? It helps.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lorna.
And if you miss a show, don't worry. You can always watch us on Catch Up, or you can look on YouTube.
Yeah, you won't miss
find
much
us.
anyway.
Yeah, you'll find us somewhere. North Carolina Highland
Nice.
Games. Ooh.
Hiya, buddy. How you doing? Have a good time there. Have a lovely time.
Yeah. Are you tossing the caber?
That's a bit of a question.
Well, it's Highland Games. They toss the caber, don't they? Sorry. It might mean something else where you are. HS,
Well, I'm half
right?
Scottish and half Irish, so.
There you
Do
go.
they toss the caber in Ireland?
Yeah.
No, we don't do that.
Shillelagh, it's smaller and we don't brag about it as much.
Oh, okay.
No. We Irish, we're all too busy throwing each other about.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. I wish.
I wish.
Just get a piece of wood or a big bit.
And she said it. She went
throw
there.
it and
She
throw
went
it.
there.
She'll be on about that Willie thing again now.
Yeah. The point
It's
you
such a Willie
were
with.
going to sort of
Well, you got to rephrase that.
You can toss off that Willie.
No, but William's tossing his caber. We toss the Willie
Willie
too.
tossing.
They do that down some I've done that.
Isn't that a Yorkshire thing? Tossing
They
the
do it
Willie.
in Somerset as well.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. I've done it. I've done wassailing as well years and years and years ago. That's interesting because you're
Wassailing?
when you do it. Wassailing. When you go into the orchards and you put toast up in the branches and soak it in cider and you and just get the shit out the cat. The cat just went, walk off.
That's the Welsh one, isn't it? The Welsh one's tossing himself over the sheet.
Anyway, yeah. You put the toast up in the branches and you pour cider all over it, and you have to drink the cider and you bang pans and everything, and you do shout out wassail as you go through, and it's a really good fun, but you're hammered when you do it.
Oh God!
Simple masturbation.
Wouldn't know about that because I heard a rumor. That's how they can wear a kilt.
Oh.
We Jock McSporran.
Yes, because it's always cold if it's running free underneath those tartans. So therefore,
That was a Carry On film. Do you remember it? The Devil's in Skirt.
Yes, I'm raised. Devil's in Skirt.
Brilliant.
I've actually looked up one, Lorna. Yeah, have a look next time. If he's a real Scot, there'll be nothing on underneath. If he's got some pants on, then he's a plastic one. Plastic Scottishman.
And there you go. There's the
God.
ghost. The paranormal
Ghost,
poo.
lovely.
Ghost.
A ghost.
We had some good news about her. I took her to the vet because she's really skinny, and she hasn't got anything nasty. She's either had a form of worm that we've not been able to recognise because I worm her every month and deflea and everything every month. And the vet said he thinks it's either that or she's got an enzyme deficiency and isn't producing the enzymes enough. So it's one of those two things. So she hasn't got anything nasty and she's going to be okay.
Good.
But
So
on,
she's
the plus,
had it.
on the plus
She's
side,
Yeah.
her hips will be better off for it.
Yeah, so she's not allowed to have puppies because she'd make a lovely mum, but she's also daft as a bloody brush. So
Ian's put something up there.
Yeah, shrink your winky. Cold
Or
enough
shrivel
you
your
can
lips.
play
Winky Winky, is that the Scottish version of the Teletubbies?
Right, guys, I'm going to make a move.
All right.
See you later,
Yes.
Jay. See you
And I'll
later.
see you later.
Take it easy,
Take
mate.
care.
Take care,
Yeah.
Jay.
Take
You
it easy,
say goodnight
mate.
to
Take
you.
it easy.
We'll
Bye.
say good night too.
Everybody have fun.
Natty night.